Hi everyone, I'm Nicole, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to discuss with you the new trailer that just released for the new upcoming game Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. So I actually grown up playing Tomodachi Life, and fun fact, if you didn't know, Tomodachi Life is not a game that was created just for the 3DS. It was actually a game for the DS, I believe, that was only released in Japan, and after that they upgraded it with all the things that they thought would make it a better game internationally, and that's the Tomodachi Life game that we know as now for the 3DS. But what's the news? A new one is coming to the Switch. And even better, it's coming both for the Switch 1 and for the Switch 2. So I don't have to buy the Switch 2 yet. But as I always say, if they do release or announce an Animal Crossing or a Zelda game, I'm buying it. But that's not the day. So I think that we should analyze a bit the trailer, because the trailer begins with a panoramic of the new island where we're going to live in. If you remember the first game, you had this very big building with all the apartments where your Mii could live. But in a newer game we have different individual houses, something that was in the past reserved just to married couples. So the interesting thing is that we see that Mii can live on their own, but they can also live together, and that is not linked to the fact of being married to each other or not. Also, we're going to talk about relationships in a bit, but they can live together up to 8 Miis, if I remember correctly, which is so cool because you can have roommates. And they do say in the trailer that you can create your friends and family, but let's be real, most of us are going to create fictional characters from our favorite media. For example, I remember creating Bloom from Winx Club on my island when I was little. Let's see who I will create this time, now that I'm a bit older. As I said, we have something big linked to relationship in Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, because one of the things that was most discussed in all these years was the fact that you only could have relationships between a man and a woman, and not man-man, woman-woman, or not binary. But guess what? They did add this, and it's so revolutionary to see Nintendo, since it is, of course, in the first place made for kids, because it does have the warning for the age on the game, and it's 3, for example, Tomodachi Life, so it's very low, even a little kid could play this game. But still, they know that Nintendo in these few years is also part of teenagers, young adults, and even older people. They continue to play Nintendo games even though they're not kids anymore. Myself as well. Surely it was one of the main discussed topics over the years connected to Tomodachi Life, and was one of the things that many people wondered if it was going to be included or not. Next we can see the new customization. So I'm going to talk as someone that didn't play Miitopia for the Switch, so I'm a bit ignorant when it comes to the newer customization. So for what I saw, it's so great, but I know that for people who played Miitopia, it's probably in between the last Tomodachi Life and the newer Miitopia. It's great, but not so great. You could customize more, I think, in Miitopia, but I don't have the experience, so for me it's so nice to see that we could personalize all the different parts of the hair. If I saw correctly, you can choose the front part, the back part, the bangs. You can also do 2 different colors, and if you did play Tomodachi Life, you know how little colors you can do, like until you could unlock the dye where you could like do red hair, that for example for someone like me who has red hair, in the default 3ds settings there wasn't the option to do like a very red hair, and I could only do it with the dye, and I like had hair very bright red so it was funny. But now you can also do two color hairs, so I think it's gonna be very good for, I don't know, creativity. And talking about creativity, we saw that we can now personalize our Mii faces. We can like draw on them. And again, I know that it's something that may be already introduced in Miitopia, or at least that's what I read online. But still, I think that it's a huge upgrade from the first game, and it's so nice to see that we can now do literally whatever we wanted, even if that didn't stop us back then, because I mean, I'm sure you saw the Miis that people made like on the street past plaza. They were something else, and I will remember them forever. Talking about customization, as you can see in the trailer, now we can just buy the like whole outfit, but we can like buy the shoes of one outfit, the shirt of another, the hat of another one, so we can like do different combination and create unique outfits, which I think it's really great, because in the first game, yeah, the outfits were some nice, but also some not so nice, or at least very silly, and I mean, you couldn't like give to everyone silly outfits. So I really appreciate them doing that. And going forward with the next part of the video, we can see that now the interaction between the Miis are very different. It's something that we could already see in the first trailer, but now we can see it even better. Now, if you want two Miis to meet each other, you just like take one to the other. And I think it's very cute, because when I was little, apart from doing fictional characters like Bloom from the Wings, Club, I also did my classmates, and it was a bit strange to see that maybe people that in real life knew each other didn't know each other inside the game, because it was like all very random. You couldn't decide how they would meet, their relationship, how to make them talk more. It was also not so clear, but now you can make them meet. I'm very curious to see if getting them to meet often will influence their relationship or friendship in general, because if you remember in Tomodachi Life for the 3DS, each Mii had a different relationship with the other. Maybe they hated each other, maybe they didn't, maybe they were really good friends or even best friends. And I remember that maybe for me, someone was incompatible, he was like his enemy, but like seeing on the other way around, yeah, I didn't like him, but not that much. Like, yeah, he's not my bestie, but I'm not hating on him or anything. Well, the other part did. So I'm wondering how all this mechanic will work now that you can like make them meet up however you want. Maybe if you make them meet up too much or starting hating each other, I don't know. I'm very curious to see this aspect. Talking about the shops, we did see the new shop where you can buy foods. Nothing so revolutionary, it's like the last shop, just like better graphics and all. But they didn't show us all the new shops, because they did show the shops where you can like decorate your room, the food, the clothes, but they did not show the shop where you can like sell your objects. I'm pretty sure also like the cafeteria, they show the Ferris wheel, but not directly. Of course, I think that something that will probably be missing is the port, where you can like, where you could meet other players, Miis, through Street Pass, or I don't know if also with Spot Pass, if it was what it was called. I think it was like Street Pass if you had two 3DSs next to each other, also 2DSs of course, and Spot Pass, I think it was the internet one, but I'm not so sure, so don't like come at me please. Talking about the relationship that Miis can create, we did see that meeting with a me or make me, if he had or she or whatever, I'm not like saying gender, I'm like saying he in general, if he falls in love with someone and he gets rejected and another me tries to like help him out, he could fall in love. So maybe the interaction can help improve the friendship. But what I'm wondering, if it can also do worse, if getting too many interaction with a me could create like hate or problems, or in general confusion maybe. But yeah, I actually can't help to see all the dynamics linked to relationship, and one big, very big thing that they didn't show us is how marriage works. They did show in the end, like after the silly confession scene, that the two Miis married each other, but they did not showed us how it ended, like how babies work in the game. And I know that if you didn't play Tomodachi Life for the 3DS, this sounds a bit weird, but you could have babies with the Miis, and it was kind of fun. It was very, I don't know, for someone who after that played The Sims 4 or in general The Sims, it was like having a legacy, because after that you could like make your Miis babies move in the big apartment with all the other Miis, and they could like marry with other Miis that they were probably older than their parents, I don't know, and get married and have babies. I think that I did eventually have one kid marry with another villager, let's call him or her villager, and they had another child, so it was like the child of the child, and yeah, I'm very proud of that. I did that. But alright. Also, you can now customize your island, which was a bit unexpected. Like, I mean, I probably should have figured it out, but I didn't expect it in the first place, so when I saw it I was like, oh, okay. But mainly because I'm flattening my island on Animal Crossing New Horizons, so I'm like, I have to do another island. But yeah, I guess it's going to be fun. Yeah, this is the face of someone who doesn't like decorating islands. Yeah, or at least I like decorating islands, but I already have to decorate one, so now I'm going to have to decorate two. And I'm not good at choosing themes, because I'm like wondering which one is better and all of that, but I did see pink fences, okay. I want that, my island. Yeah, it's all going to be pink. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it's a big thing. I don't know what I think about that. Like, apart from joking and all of that, like Animal Crossing island flattening thing, it's very Animal Crossing like. It's like Animal Crossing, but with interaction with your like villagers. So it's cooler, but still, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I mean, yeah, it was like probably the most logical thing, but yet I like would prefer it some other way. It's like when in Animal Crossing New Horizons, they announced that you could like do DIY projects. it's nice, but to me it was a bit repetitive because it's very Minecraft-like, and right now every single game that is like Animal Crossing do that. So I don't know what to think about that. I think that I'm probably not going to decorate that much my Tomodachi Life Living the Dream island. It's a very long title, yeah. Tomodachi Life, just that was perfect. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Yeah, too long for me. I'm going to call it Tomodachi 2. That's the right title. They should hire me. Well, another thing is that you can now give, I don't know how to call them, maybe traits to your character, like they did mention snoring or like talking in a certain way, walking a certain way. I don't know. I think it's going to be fun, but I'm like worrying that it's going to be a very mechanical thing, so you're like going to do it with 1 or 2 Miis and that's it. You're going like to be, oh no, I don't want to do that every single time. No, it's nice, but not so nice. And I'm wondering if they're going to keep all the gadgets, because if you did play the game, you remember that you could like give them a 3DS, you could give them, I think, a Wii U, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you could give them a Wii U, maybe not the 3DS, I don't know, you could give them a Nintendo console in general. And it was pretty fun to see them play. And I'm really looking forward to the dreams, because the dreams of Tomodachi Life are next level. They are one of the best things that Nintendo ever did. And I know that we did see one in the first trailer, I don't remember it exactly, so I'm not going to talk about it too much because I don't want to say something that it's wrong. But they didn't show anything of it today. I think that like not wanting to give us all for now, or at all. I think they're just going to release the game after this very long trailer. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that you can like write things to me. It's something that we can see throughout the trailer, but particularly I like was just watching it while filming, and in the end we have the little bear that asks us how to like start talking to another me, and we have to suggest him a topic. And what I'm wondering if they are like understanding what we are writing, which I think not. I think we can kinda write whatever we want. So I'm not suggesting anything, of course I'm not, don't come at me. But I do think that I could like write, the question is, what do you suggest me to talk about with X? And I say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it's going to say, oh yeah, what a great argument, I'm probably going to talk about him, about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So yeah, I'm wondering if they kind of like I don't think they understand it, because if you remember, you could like do a game in the 3DS version in the park, I think, nearby the Ferris wheel, where you could ask a random question and every single me will say, oh yeah, I do not, absolutely, and all of that. Also, talking about mini games, I'm very curious to see like the rap battles, how they are going to do that, or they are not. Like now that you can actively control the Miis, you can like move them to one spot to the other. You can't have single events, or at least I think you won't have single events. You can't like click on the plaza and have a rap battle. Also on the beach you could have like where you would divide the island in 4, like write yes, no, and all the Miis will separate and go to each island. I had a lot of fun when I was a kid, because I will literally write things like all these 6 fairies name of Winx Club, like Bloom, Stella, all of that, and see which was Miis' favorite. Did I already mention that I liked Winx Club? Because I did a lot. Guess which favorite was my favorite? Of course, Bloom. Now you can kind of see why I have red hair. But never mind that, we're going to talk about the very serious things. Tomodachi Life. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all of this. I really can't wait. I'm probably going to buy it on day one and I'm very excited. I'm not going to lie. Let's see if by then they give me a reason to buy a Switch 2. Maybe I will have to get the Switch 2 version because I already decided to buy Switch 2. Yeah, probably not going to do that. I'm really waiting for them to publish something that is going to make me say, yeah, the money for the Switch 2 is worth it. And I would say that for Tomodachi Life 2 is worth it, but they do like make it for the one also, so why would I spend all that money for the console when the game for the Switch 2 is also going to cost a lot more than the game for the Switch 1. Talking about prices, I think that it's going to be for the Switch 1 $60, seeing that Pokemon ZA, even if it's not a Pokemon of the main storyline, it's $60. It's probably going to be Tomodachi Living the Dream, $60, because of course it's a very demanding game, because everyone will want to play it if they played Tomodachi Life growing up. I don't know, I don't know, I could be wrong. In my opinion, it's not as big as Mario, Legend of Zelda, or Pokemon, or whatever. Just because all the titles that I just mentioned are like a franchise, while Tomodachi Life surely is one of the best known title of Nintendo, but still it's just a game for the 3DS, because yeah, we have the DS version, but it's just for Japan. So talking internationally, Tomodachi Life is just for the 3DS, and not everyone know all the games for the 3DS. Yeah, it's the most popular one game for the 3DS probably, but I mean, you get what I'm saying, just that, I don't know. Ooh, did you remember you could like play the Lycan version? It was like so fun, you could like test the game and everything. Yeah, I miss Tomodachi Life. I can't wait to play it again. So I think that's it for today. I can't wait to see what the future will reveal to us. And I can't wait to see all the things that they didn't show us in the trailer today. Let me know what you think in the comments. And for today, that's all. Have a nice day. Bye! So I was actually watching the trailer and they do show a baby, but they don't like explain how the married life is going to be like, because if you remember, all the married couples move to a different part. And yeah, I'm like recording this after finishing the video because I like saw that I didn't see the baby.